Hello everybody, I'm the Masked YouTuber, and I watch YouTube videos so that you don't have to. Yeah, I stole that fucking intro. What are you gonna do about it? Cry, baby? Probably nothing. Now let's get on with the review. Hey, welcome everybody. Today we'll be talking about Linkara. Linkara? Who gives a fuck? Anyway, this dude website is called Linkara. Originally, a whole part of that Channel Awesome team, Linkara did several crossovers with Doug Walker, aka Nostalgia Credit. But before that even happened, he had his own channel called Atop the Fourth Wall. And I do believe that him and Doug's first crossover was when Doug was reviewing Star Trek Next Generation movies, which, by the way, Doug Walker totally got a lot of those things wrong. And so that's when Linkara decided to hop in. And that's when I first came in contact with this dude. And let me tell you something else, motherfucker. This guy never cusses. He gets on his channel and he keeps it clean. Now, even though I may respect that, I have some serious problems with that. I can't trust a guy that doesn't do a little cussing now and then, especially dropping F-bombs left and right like Doug Walker, the Nostalgia Critic. My goddamn ass is going completely off of my face for no apparent fucking reason. Ugh. Anyway, let's get on with the review. Just like Doug Walker, this guy's yet another reviewer. But instead of reviewing movies or video games, this guy reviews bad comic books. Yeah, bad comic books. Like a lot of us read enough comic books that we're going to recognize what's good, what's bad, or what's... Oh, wait, that's a different reviewer. Anyway, getting on with the review. Here's just a little small slice of what this dude does. And by the way, I always thought this fedora up here was an Indiana Jones hat. Well, as it turns out, it's not an Indiana Jones hat. You see, an Indiana Jones hat is leathery. Well, this one is just a felt fedora, so to speak. But anyway, here's this guy.
Hello and welcome to Atop the Fourth Wall, where bad comics burn. Say! It's Miller time!
Miller time?
Welcome once again to Miller.
Huh. I didn't even know he had this segment called Miller Time. Well, let's take a look at this piece of shit.
Miller Time, the segment where we try to unscramble the mad writings of comic book writer and artist Frank Miller.
Oh, Frank Miller. You mean one of the best comic book writers of our time? Besides that of Stan Lee and who was that other guy's name? I don't know. They both sound like Gene Companies to me. Anyway, let's hear what he has to say.
I've gotten a ton of requests from people to resume looking at All-Star Batman and Robin. Fair enough, it's just that since I've already done text reviews of the first 6 issues, I wanted to look at where his descent into mediocrity started for many. Hence why I reviewed The Dark Knight Strikes Again before we came back here.
So I guess The Dark Knight Strikes Again is a really bad comic book? Really? Man, you would think someone like Frank Miller would rank right up there with Jim Lee or something. I don't know. Anyway, let's see where he's going with this.
And here's actually where I have to bring another disappointment for people. See, issue 3 of Aspar does not have much of our gritty protagonist. Fortunately, issue 4 will more than make up for it, but I guess I should get people caught up. Also,
well, that's all I'm going to show with this. In fact, I probably showed too much. I should probably, and I do mean probably, cut it down. In fact, I probably will when I do my editing so I don't get copyright strike, even though I'm doing this as a fucking review. And when you're doing fucking things as a fucking review, you don't get fucking copyright strikes. Woo, boy, I really went on a tangent there, didn't I? While Linkara may have done really good comic book reviews, I don't think he really appeals to the wider range of audiences that a lot of people on the internet get to. Because a lot of people, they're not out there reading their comic books so much as they are watching comic book movies or playing comic book video games. However, I will say this, with the bad comic book reviews he does do a good job. And besides that, his main exposure was that on Channel Awesome, especially when he started doing crossovers with the Nostalgia Critic. So that, along with other notorieties as well, is how Linkara truly made his mark in the YouTube society. But one of my favorite Linkara videos by far is actually a crossover between him and the Nostalgia Critic when the Nostalgia Critic reviewed Star Trek Insurrection. Let's take a look at that. Let's roll that beautiful bean footage.
What he cares about is not going to spoil my review, and I have found a perfect hiding spot. He will never look for me here.
So there's Doug Walker setting up the joke about Linkara not being able to find him there. And of course, he does find him there. Fucking shit. All right, let's see what happens. Of course, Nostalgia Critic's laying there, and then he turns on the TV, and then voila!
On the television.
Hello, critic. Let's start the review.
So anyway, this crossover marked what was to be the first and many great things to come for Linkara. God damn it, my mask keeps going up on me. Maybe my head's too big and has gotten swollen, since now I seem to work my way up to 8 whole subscribers. Wow, holy fucking shit. Anyway, this is definitely one of my favorite videos of all time, and definitely got me watching Linkara's comic book reviews. But I wouldn't know a bad comic book. I wouldn't know the difference between a bad comic book, same way a blind guy wouldn't know a 2x4 smeared with shit from his own asshole. Anyway, moving on. Even though Linkara is a really good reviewer, I don't know where the fuck he got that name, Linkara, whatever. Sounds like a crossover from the Illinois Link card. Oh yeah, I don't have that in my hand actually. And Captain Jean-Luc Picard. But even though he does do a good job at reviewing comics, I've never seen him do a bad G.I. Joe comic book review, which means there's either no bad G.I. Joe comics or he just doesn't like G.I. Joe. I don't know what the case may be. But anyway, that's all I have to say about this asshole. So what is my overall review of Linkara? Well, I have a mixed bag. I really don't care for the comic book reviews so much as I do for the crossovers between him and the Nostalgia Critic. As far as his own personalized channel, I do highly recommend the reviews that him and that what the fuck is her name? It escapes me at the moment. But they do movie reviews from time to time. If you want to know about that and a whole lot more, subscribe to the channel, dipshit. I'm not going to do the work for you. What are you, lazy? Anyway, and that's pretty much all I've got to say about Linkara, except for he is pretty awesome. I do like his reviews, but the comic book stuff, it's hit or miss. So, what can I say? That's it then. That's it for this review. Until next time, This has been the Mass YouTuber saying, all right, is everybody listening? Okay. Not everybody's an asshole, but we all have assholes. And you know what the fuck comes out of those? I'll see you next time. Wait a minute. What did I do that laugh like the $1 Million Man on acid? Who the fuck writes this shit? You crazy bastards. You guys ought to be fired and then thrown in. For more videos, subscribe to me if you haven't done that already. I have new videos each and every week, and they get more and more intense as they get along. And give that video a thumbs up. In fact, smash that thumbs up. Wait, no. Forget it. You know what to do. Or at least I hope you do. See you next time. Idiot. Just kidding. You guys are awesome.